Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. This is just a really quick video. I've had so many questions asking how I make these interactive pockets with the fuse tool, and several asked me to make a quick video, so here we go. Okay, here we are. The first thing you want to do is make sure you have your fuse preheated. You want to preheat it for about 15 minutes. It needs to be good and hot. I've got actually, I don't know what's wrong with me, but I have this is the original one I bought. And then I bought the white one that came out. And then HSN had that awesome bundle, and I bought the purple one. So I have two. I've only ever used this one, but you want to make sure it's preheated. So get that going before you're ready to start. When I bought the one on HSN, it came with this silicone pad. And it's perfect for, it can take the heat without ruining your work surface. So you want to make sure you protect your work surface. If you don't have this, you can use a glass mat. I also have on my craft board a cutting mat that's for fabric actually. And that one works as well. But I'm just going to use the one that came with it. The next thing you're going to do is you need to decide if you're going to make a pocket that opens this way or you want one that opens this way. So if you want, whichever way you want it, you want to make sure you have enough left on the edge to adhere it down. So I am going to make a side open pocket. So I'm going to take another pocket letter and I'm going to cut just inside. The seam is right here. I'm going to cut on the outside of the seam so that the pocket stays intact on 3 sides. And I'm just going to cut that all the way down. I'm going to save this for a future pocket. And now I'm left with 3 pockets. I don't know if you can see that, but there's 3 pockets here. What I want to do is cut on the left side of one of the seams just enough that I still have room to make another seam. So I'm going to put the seam right here to the right of my cut line, and I'm going to cut. And there is maybe 1/8 of an inch overhang there. And there I have my pocket. It's sealed on 2 sides, and I have the top open. Okay, so we can save this for another pocket letter. I'm going to put that aside. This is the ruler that comes with the fuse tool. And if I want to make a pocket that opens perhaps right here in the middle, it's going to open on the top, so I want to make sure I have it in the correct position. And I'm going to line it up as best I can. Now I don't want to go right over that seam, although you can. It often doesn't stick as well. I'm going to go just inside that seam. So I have my paper in there. I'm going to push it over to the edge as far as I can. I'm going to line up the seams. And then I'm going to place my ruler down just inside that seam. And make sure those are lined up. And it's straight. And I think I'm just going to put a piece of washi tape to keep this from moving on me. And I'm just going to place my ruler inside that seam. Now I'm going to take my preheated fuse tool, and I'm going to, I don't use this groove because I like to be able to see where I'm going. I'm going to use the edge. And you want to put some firm pressure down, not a ton, but not so it's uncomfortable, but you do need to put some pressure down. And go slowly because you're melting 2 levels of plastic together. And I'm going to go up to the next line. And without lifting it, I'm going to go back. And again, I'm applying a decent amount of pressure, but not uncomfortably so. And lift that up. Lift my ruler up. My washi tape off, and now you can see I have a pocket that opens. And I'll just take something out of here so that you can see it. And we can place that in there, and now we have a pocket on the outside, and we have a pocket on the inside, and we can still get into both. Now, if I wanted to make a similar pocket, let me put this back. If I want to make a similar pocket that opens like a hinge, I would do the same thing. I'm going to take, this is the 2 pieces I had left. I'm going to cut off one, and this one is still attached on 3 sides, so I'm going to cut this one. I'm just going to cut right outside that seam so that it stays intact on 3 sides. And then this one has the edge where you poke the holes in it. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to cut that off. And again, I'm going to do it so that the seam on the 3rd side stays intact. So now I have a 3-sided pocket. And if I want to make this one open like a hinge, turn it this way so you can keep it in camera. I'm going to zoom in on this one so that you can really see up close. Okay, you can see I have my 3-sided pocket. It opens on the top. I'm going to line up the seams, and I'm lining up the dotted lines. I'm going to take my washi tape and hold it in place. You don't have to do this, I just find it easier because since it's plastic, it tends to want to move on you. Now, when you're closing a top seam, you want to make sure that you don't close that top seam unless you want it. I might, perhaps on this one, I'm going to put some sequins in it. And I'm just going to put some fun things in this one. Got some sequins. I have a little die cut. I'll add some more sequins. Okay, so I already have everything in there that I want. If I didn't, I would want to make sure I did not close that seam, but I'm going to close this one all the way. Okay, so we're taped down. We're lined up. I'm going to place my ruler. I'm going to push my paper down. And it's a little crooked. Let's straighten that back up. Alright, I'm going to place my ruler just inside. I'm going to grab my fuse tool. And I'm going to fuse that shut by pushing slowly with some pressure. Go one direction. And reverse. Slowly applying pressure. All right. So now we lift this, remove my washi tape, and here we go. We now have a pocket that lifts and nothing will come out. This pocket has also been sealed shut. So that's how I make, well, let me zoom out for you. And there you have it. This pocket has been sealed. It lifts. This pocket has also been sealed because I went over all the layers. If you want the pockets to remain open, you want to make sure that you don't seal the end that you want open. You want to make sure you don't fuse that. So I'll put this in here so you can see. So that's how you make the interactive pockets. This one, it lifts up. This one lifts over. This one you can still get into both. This one has sealed both pockets. So it's really just a matter of what you want. If you don't want to seal that, you want to make sure you go above where the pocket is. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon. Bye.